So, Lethal Company. Cool game, spooky lore. There's supposedly some great terror behind the wall that's taking and eating all the scrap you find. According to the hidden logs throughout the game, spoilers I guess, a while back it swallowed the golden planet and has been biding its time digesting it ever since, which is why the company is trying to keep it fed in the short term. This makes sense, of course, because as a Minecraft player, I know that gold is butter, and butter takes a while to digest. Okay, but what I want to know is, if this thing swallowed a planet, how big is it? That is not a small task to undertake. Or is it? This isn't like a game theory setup. I genuinely don't know yet. The one distinct thing about this planet is that it's golden, and gold is much heavier than most other materials. Scientists talk about Earth as being in like the Goldilocks zone for planets with life, and so since this planet did have life on it, we're gonna look for some similar attributes, and the one that will be most important in determining how big this thing is gravity. Why? Because a planet's gravity is dependent on how much mass, or basically how much stuff is in there. The reason gold is heavy is because there's a lot more molecules packed closely together in there. Thus, a golden planet would be smaller than a weak, sad, iron-cored Earth planet with the same gravity. See a pound of feathers versus a pound of bricks if you're still confused. I was actually going to see what the science community thought about the possibility of life on planets with higher or lower gravities, but the one Google search I did basically just told me that we don't know. Earth is the only reference we have. Frankly, there's life all around on the moons of Lethal Company, so maybe it doesn't matter so much for this world. I mean, while our moon here on Earth has very little gravity, only 1.62 meters per second, yes, that's the actual unit for that, Jupiter has some large moons, and the biggest one, Ganymede, I think, has a gravity of less than our moon. What is science? So, forgetting moon science, the math of the Earth is 5.9722 times 10 to the 24th kilograms, and it has a gravitational pull of 9.8 meters per second. So proportionally, if gold has a density of 19,300 kilograms per cubic meter, then a ball of pure gold that size would have a volume of 3.09 times 10 to the power of 20 cubic meters, which when I plug into this fancy little equation for the radius of a sphere... Fine, I'll do it myself. Roughly 4,195,942 meters, or about 4,196 kilometers, which would give it a diameter of 8,392 kilometers, which is just a tad under the distance from Tokyo to San Francisco. That is, of course, if you're accounting for the fact that I am an idiot and the Earth is a curved surface. So what I really should say is that the Earth has a diameter of 12,742 kilometers, so it's about 2/3 as wide as the Earth. Here is what that looks like as circles in Desmos. As you can see, the golden planet wouldn't be too much smaller than the Earth, especially when you look at the moon in comparison. But... Hey. What? You're wrong. Look, my math's not great, but... Gravity is a function of mass and radius.
Ah, that's right. The closer you are to the center of mass of an object, the stronger its pull is.
Our golden planet isn't taking into account that a smaller planet would put you closer to the center of it.
Which is just great, because it means I need to rethink my entire method for figuring this out.
While I was doing that, I decided to put the stats of the incorrect planet into this equation to see what its gravitational acceleration would be, and...
Mr. President, I don't think it was the beast that killed those people.
Voila! My new equation. It's actually easier than I thought. If the gravity is the same, then we just need to compare the mass and the radius of Earth to the planet. We have the mass and radius of the Earth, and we know that the mass of the golden planet is equal to its volume multiplied by the density of gold. The volume of a sphere is just 4/3 pi r cubed, so the whole thing simplifies to this. Then, if you just plug the numbers in, you get a radius of 1,815,954 meters, or 1,816 kilometers, or 3,632 kilometers for the diameter. And to make sure the math was correct, I used the radius to calculate the mass of the planet, 4.84 times 10 to the 23 kilograms, by the way, and used both of those to check if the gravity was the 9.8 meters per second we were looking for. And after 20 grueling minutes of messing up equations, this was my reaction. The One Piece is real! The Golden Planet is real! Oh my god. Plus 10 to the 22. Hold on. I'm sure it's just a rounding error. Oh, I see the problem. It is just a rounding error. Anyways, this planet is roughly a third of the size of the Earth because I'm done with exact numbers. And here's what that looks like on Desmos. As you can see, much more manageable a size. That's something a monster could swallow. Frankly, it's pretty close in size to our moon. Oh my god. It's not a planet, it's a moon. It's a golden moon. It's only called a planet because it has the gravity of one, but it's the size of a moon. Whatever creature this is, it's a devourer of moons. So, what does this mean? Absolutely nothing. There is no way Zeekers fact-checked any of this while coming up with the lore for Lethal Company. So what I'm actually really curious about is how the monster got to be behind the wall of the company building in the first place. It's all on Gordian, which is apparently just one big ocean. Pretty suspicious if you ask me. So did the monster go hide in some big blob of water after consuming the Golden Planet, and that became Gordian? Or maybe the Golden Planet was orbiting around Gordian, and the monster just, whoop, jumped out and grabbed it. Perhaps the monster is the universe, the planet is its stomach, and the ocean is the acid. Woo, spooky. For real though, I am really enjoying diving into the Lethal Company lore. Thank you, Zeekers, for making this awesome game, and I cannot wait to see what else you have in store. What? What? I just wanted footage.